5 women on a pier, arms around one another's shoulders, laughing. I lift it from the shelf, hand it to Iris. She presses it to her heart, pulls it away, smiles softly. The 5 firecrackers, she says, finger spelling firecrackers. My, but we had wonderful adventures. Firecrackers? We were bold, cheerful, adventurous. She points at one of the women, says, That's me. A sadness comes over her, then settling on her like heavy rain, weighing down a fawn lily. Iris decides she's not up to sorting, so I slip away, return to Anne and my window seat. The empty spot feels raw, gnawing at my insides. After school the next day, I return to Iris's. She sets a handwritten page before me, hands me lemonade, offers cookies dusted with cinnamon sugar. Snickerdoodle, she tells me. You baked again? I write on the edge of the paper, ignoring the story for a moment. I wasn't sure after last time. I didn't think I would, she says. But with this, she taps the oxygen tube, turns over the story page, scrawls a note. This made me think I'd be best to do what I love doing while I've got the days left to do it. Mind you, I don't leave the kitchen now until I've triple checked that the oven's off. I help myself to a cookie, take a bite, then write below Iris's note. I feel better already. You were sad? Iris asks. I nod, take another bite. This helps. I say, wondering if snickerdoodles have magic cheering up messages baked into them. Iris writes, I found it's quite difficult to be sad while you're eating a cookie. Then she adds, What's bothering you? I miss my best friend. Ah, she says, turning the paper over again and tapping a finger on her story. I understand. When my sister died, my friends became family, my true saving grace. We shared our joys and sorrows and loved extravagantly. But now, besides me, only Marjorie's left. She lives in Rosewood, and I visit each Thursday. She often doesn't know me. One crisp day last fall, I took my usual route, but coming home, I lost my way. I walked and walked for so long. Wrong corners, wrong roads, wrong shops, all along the way. I was just like her. Marjorie would do the same before she moved into care. Such terrible fear. Thought I'd never find my way until finally. Mr. Henderson's Market, something familiar to me. He directed me to Pemberton Street and then the flaming red leaves, of my dear old maple tree, a beacon to lead me home. Each week, without fail, I gather up my courage to visit her. Bosom friend, true family. But it scares me every time. I can't imagine being afraid to go see Olivia, or worse, not being able to see her because of moving 16 stupid blocks away, or even worse than that, not being friends at all because she never forgives me for being mean. I need my best friend. Everyone needs their best friend. Iris visits Marjorie on Thursdays. Tomorrow, I snatch the paper, flip it over, write, I'll go with you, and hope Mom will say okay. Whoops. That night, as I'm lying in bed, I think of Iris, how her friends were her family, and I think of those flaming leaves calling her, helping her find her way, almost as if they were whispering her story to her, reminding her where home was. Suddenly, I know what to do for my project. Leaves, telling my story. Leaves for all the people who feel like home, a family tree. That's about belonging and love and being part of one another's stories. A family tree that's not limited to actual family. I sleep well, so relieved to finally have a plan. I bound out of bed, eager to tell Olivia, until I remember she's not talking to me. My energy vanishes, and I trudge to the kitchen, settle for telling Mom instead. What kind of leaves? She asks as I dump cereal into a bowl. Paper ones, I'll write on them. List how each person fits on my family tree. That's not quite what Mr. Tanaka will be expecting, is it? Grr, this is why I'd rather be telling Olivia. Olivia would love my idea, and even if she didn't, she'd be happy I had one. I'm about to tell Mom I don't care what Mr. Tanaka thinks of it when her face brightens abruptly. Oh, she says, you can paste them to a giant poster board tree. She obviously thinks that's a brilliant idea, but I shake my head. The leaves will be pages of a book. Mom considers this nods appreciatively because they tell a story, she says. Exactly.